What up, everybody? It's your boy Theo Pinson here with another episode of Run Your Race with my boy, AJ Richardson.
Good morning, beautiful people.
There you go.
To that. Got that from you.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, listen. He says this every pod that he comes on. So now we know the reason. People, we got a very special guest here today. We got an NBA champion. We got the original 3-and-D. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a 3-and-D player in the NBA, you need to listen to this pod today, right now. All right? So listen, people, we got a very special guest here today. We got our guy, Trevor Ariza.
My dogs, appreciate y'all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming on. I think you have a very unique story. I think you played 18 years in the NBA. That is nothing that can be taken for granted. And you could just give everybody game on how to get to this level. And knowing what we talk about here on Run Your Races, nobody has the perfect path. Everybody has a different path of getting to where they want to get to. And we like to give everybody different ways to see themselves and understand, like, it's not going to be pretty all the time. You know what I'm saying? So we try to give everybody different ways and different game to get there. So let's go and get right into it. Where are you from? How did it all start for you? When did you start hooping?
Man, where am I from? So I was born in Miami, Florida. Okay. Right? My parents are from Turks and Caicos. Mm-hmm. And I was raised in LA. I've been in LA since like the 4th grade. So I'm a little bit of, a mixture of everything. Everywhere. I lived a lot of places, but, LA has always been home. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's where I'm from. I started playing basketball, like for real, probably like around 11. But even then, my favorite sport was football. So I played football at Inglewood Park, Darby Park.
What position?
Everything, all the skill positions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
all the skill positions. But for me, I like to hit, so I like playing defense more. I don't know, it's just contact I enjoy.
Right.
I don't know, it's weird. But especially like with my body type, I'm real skinny. So
I wouldn't think you would be a hitter. I wouldn't say you'd be physical guy.
Yeah, physical for real.
I like that. I like that. Was there any other sports, just football and basketball?
Football, basketball, the main sports. I play a little bit of baseball. That's it, main sports.
Okay, that's what's up. I mean, what was it for you that chose basketball?
I started getting tall, real tall. Then my mom told me to stop. She made me stop playing football right as I was going to high school. I didn't like that. I wanted to continue to play football. But again, you can't really go against moms.
Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah.
It's funny because we talk about it all the time on here as far as there's always people that have to make that decision. It seems like everybody decides right before they get to high school, like you got to pick one. So it's kind of funny to hear that you loved football that much and it made you stop. What was the sole reason of them making you stop, though?
She didn't want me to get hurt. She obviously looked at my body type.
Like all parents.
Took that into consideration for sure. And, just the nature of the sport is very, very, very physical.
Yeah.
And, she's thinking about me. So
that's true.
She made the right decision, obviously, as far as guiding me in the right direction. So I gotta tip my hat off to my mama for that.
For sure.
Shout out to my Dukes.
My Dukes. Hey, listen, moms always know.
For sure.
Right now. But what was it for you that it clicked for you that you're like, okay, I'm really good at this game. I could take it to the next level in high school?
Once I started to get invited to camps and places where all the elite players were, matching up to them, playing against them, that's when I started to realize that I can, compete with them. And just knowing that gave me the hunger to go want to work on my game when I got home. So waking up early in the mornings, I wanted to do that, go to the gym, before school, get to school, do my work, lunch, I'm back in the gym trying to find ways to get better.
Right.
Sure.
But the good thing about, my situation was I had a lot of people or a lot of players around me that felt the same way about themselves, and they were getting invited to the camps as well. So just us pushing each other to get better every day was helpful for me.
Talk about that. Like, me and Cam Nobles, we always talk about like the hoop state, North Carolina. We got the most hoopers, but then we be like Cali. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You grew up in the era where like those California hoopers, like y'all had them. Y'all had them coming out. So talk about how that bump was coming out of Cali and stuff.
So imagine being in like, so I will try to compare it to little pups, right? So imagine having 12 pups in like a kennel or whatever, and all 12 of these pups want to be the best pup. That's what it was like.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because for you to see me, I had guys around that I was like, okay, he's good. I know I can be him. When you have guys that are somewhat in the same caliber, you like, I have to have that edge over him. I have to be better than him.
And if you don't have it, you learn it. Because again, like you pick up habits, or at least if you want to get better, you pick up good habits from people that you compete against. You know, you try to get better, you steal things from people. So it becomes like things that you don't have, you become it by just paying attention to it, or even being around it on a daily basis.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Was there anything that you can remember particularly that like something happened, I have to get better, or I'm gonna get left behind?
Nah, that's just who I am as a person. I can tell you what happened that kind of like made me, it turned the switch on, my brother dying. That turned the switch on in me, and my outlet was the court, playing basketball. That was my outlet. So that was all the edge that I really needed.
Yeah, for sure. That's I can't say I know how that feels, but that sounds about right. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone has that thing that gets them going. Everybody, you have to have that to have that drive, that hunger to get to that next level. But as far as like when you start playing you're playing the best players in the country. You get invited to all the camps. Recruiting starting. What was something? Who was your first letter, or who was your first school to recruit?
That's so crazy because we was just talking about this the other day. Me and you know, my partners and stuff. We were talking about how it's so different nowadays. Like you get an offer so easy.
Yeah.
You know, back then, coaches had to come see you for real because it ain't no social media like that. So they got to really come check you out. So I remember USC recruited me a lot. Like they were on me heavy, like early, 9th grade. But then like the next year, my first letter came from North Carolina.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
respect.
You see that Carolina blue on the edge of the envelope when you look at it.
Right side.
Bro, I was running around the gym for I ran around the gym, I swear, for probably about 5 minutes. Me and Brandon Heath. Yeah. You know, that's another good thing about like the time that I grew up in, or the people around me. Like they were, you know, we pushed each other to do well. And when one person had success, we all felt like we had a part of that success. So that was, you know, that was an exciting time for Westchester High School.
Sure. There was no way you was going East Coast.
Nah, that's not true. I was actually going south. Gainesville. Yeah.
What was
Billy Donovan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Coach Anthony Grant.
Oh,
yeah. Those guys were at Florida at the time, and I just, you know, I already had ties to Florida. I loved University of Florida basketball. I love the style that they play. Coach Donovan was killer at that time in college basketball.
For sure.
And, you know, I wanted to go there for sure. Like UCLA and Florida was my top 2 schools.
Crazy. That's crazy. I want to ask you this. We try to ask everybody who's on here, what was the biggest thing for you in your recruitment that you paid attention to? Because we like to give like the guys who watch this game of like the little things you need to pay attention, because most of these motherfuckers will be out here lying.
For sure.
How do you see what's the best fit for you as a player, and how did you see it? How did you go about it?
For me, I've always been a person that I only can function if I know that we have like honest conversations or the truth is being told to me.
Mm-hmm.
So trust would be the first thing. Like, can I trust this person that I'm trusting with my time?
Yeah, facts.
And my skill and the style of play. Like, does it match the player that I am?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time at UCLA, Coach Steve Lavin was the coach.
Okay.
So if you know anything about how he played the style that suited my game at the time. And Billy Donovan, or Coach Donovan, was at Florida. And if you knew anything about the way he, ran his program at Florida, it was an up and down style as well, which matched my game at the time.
Yeah.
So those were the reasons why I chose the 2 final schools that I did.
You would have fit in at Carolina.
You think so?
All we do was run.
Well, y'all had, let's see, Raymond Felton.
Yep.
Rashad McCants.
Stacked. Stacked.
Yeah, no, y'all had a whip.
What year was this?
Sean May. I'm 2003.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't have been on the team, though.
I mean, I'm for sure.
You would have been good.
Regardless, I'm going to be,
you
I'm gonna be like that everywhere. So.
Hey, listen, we would have had a mob, man. We probably would have went back to back or some shit.
Yeah, I wanted to stay home in LA. So that's why I felt like UCLA was the best choice.
For sure.
How was that though? Like staying home in college and blocking out all the other stuff and stuff like that. Like, how was you able to handle that?
Well, I was used to it. I grew up in it. I'm around it all the time. It's weird because when you are in LA, you are liable to see anybody at any given time. So seeing or the things that attract people to LA, I was jaded to.
Yeah.
So see a movie star, it's cool. I see you on TV, bro.
Right.
Get to the gym. And also like our high school was pretty big in basketball. So like the NBA players would come watch us. So we had like a glimpse of feeling like we can compete against them.
Who was on your high school team?
My high school team.
That was nice.
Yeah, we was pretty good. We had my junior year, we was really, really, really good. Brandon Heath was one of the players, Hassan Adams, Brandon Bowman, Georgetown, Shanti Cook, who went to Georgetown. Brandon Bowman went to San Diego State. Brandon Heath went to San Diego State. I ended up going to UCLA. Scott Cutley ended up going to Kent State out of high school.
Damn.
Then transferring to Cal State Fullerton. Bobby Brown.
LB.
Yeah, LB. Went to Fullerton. So we had a lot of D1 players on our team.
Stacked. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Y'all win states?
Yeah, we won. My time in high school, we won 4 city and then 2 state championships, junior and senior
year.
Yeah.
It's not easy to win state here, bro.
Nah.
It ain't easy at all.
And they got so many like divisions and stuff.
We got a lot of good players.
Yeah.
Who's the number 1 player in the country your year, graduating year? I'm fucking tripping.
LeBron fucking James.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Soon as I said it.
Yeah. You had
that
to
in. Keep that in too. Yeah. Soon as I said it, I was like, who was the number? Wait a fucking minute.
Yeah.
It was no question.
No, for real though, like Bron has been probably the best player since 15.
And it wasn't close.
Nah. As far as like, my like basketball or coming up, that's like he's been the best player since then.
So talk about those camps, because it's like Bron, Melo, like all them. So you seeing them at these camps and stuff like that. Talk about like how that goes, and like I feel like everybody was trying to be at Bron neck because he was number one recruit. You know what I mean? So like talk about like how those camps was and like the runs and things of that nature.
It was extremely, extremely competitive. Remember, you're not seeing on Instagram these people.
Right.
You only hearing about them.
Yeah.
Or whatever clip or however good, whoever is, whatever they want to put out there.
Yeah.
They had like high school magazines, so you see the players or whatever, but you don't get to see clips of them or anything that they do.
Yeah.
So the only time you really get to see them is at camp or tournament time.
Yep.
So when you go to camps, you sizing checking your trap, standing on your square, seeing what you got against, the best players in the country. And at that time, it's some NBA Hall of Famers that we're playing against at that time. So, seeing them and playing against them, it definitely allowed me to know that the stuff that we was doing at home with the group that we was doing it with, we was in the right direction.
Was there a guy in your class in high school that people don't really talk about much that was
right now or back then?
Back then.
From LA?
Just in your graduating class. It can be from wherever, LA, whatever.
I'm gonna go with LA. So this kid named, his name was Lindell White. He went to Redondo. He was super athletic, heavy, like a thicker build, but very skilled, super skilled. Evan Burns was cold as ice.
Did Lindell White play football? Was that somebody else?
I said Wendell.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard Lindell White.
Yeah, he was cold. He went to Redondo. Yeah, he was good, real good.
That's what's up. So you go to UCLA, right? What was your welcome to college moment?
My welcome to college moment?
Yeah.
Dang, let me think. All right, here's a good one. They used to have like class checks. So I remember one day I just decided to be real lazy and not really want to go to class. And one of our coaches was, he was at class. So he's blowing my phone up. By the fifth call, I figured he was at class. So I end up going to class. I'm like 45 minutes late. The class is 50 minutes. So, he's like, why are you late? I was like, Coach, I just didn't feel like coming today. So we get to practice later on that night. We go through practice or whatever. And then our coach, Ben Holland, he says, all right, now for everybody who was late to class, come on. He called out our names or whatever. And it was me and like two other dudes. He said, however many minutes you was late to class is how many sprints you got to run. So mind you, I told you I'm 45 minutes late. So he's up standing like on the sideline, like, you know what I'm saying? Just pissed. And he's, making us run or whatever. So every time like we'll run or I'll see him on the way back, I just be smiling at him. You know what I'm saying? And around 25, I'm still smiling and he's just like, he's pissed. He's like, you're an asshole. But, that was a welcome to college moment for me.
Take your ass to class.
Go to fucking class.
That's like that Coach Carter moment.
For sure.
Make their ass run.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because still, even in high school, if we got caught out of class, we had to run too. Like we had to run a mile and whatever we had on, we had to go straight to the track. And you could have on like the crispy, fresh white forces.
Don't
matter.
Go to the track. You got a mile.
That'll do it. That'll get your ass right to class. Waste no time.
Man.
What was one of the welcome to college moments on the court?
Playing against Luke Jackson. Yeah.
That'll do it.
He was so cold. Lefty. Went to Oregon. He was killing. Like it was nothing that I could do with him. He was shooting threes, posting me up, getting to the basket. That was the first time like I had an experience with like a white dude busting my ass like that.
Maybe like, all right, let me go back to that.
Wait.
Let me go figure this out real quick.
No, probably watching film trying to figure out what did I do wrong?
No, real shit. At Oregon, it was loud in there too. Their arena gets real loud. And he was just going to work. He was doing everything.
That's crazy.
Anything.
This freshman year?
Yeah.
Freshman year.
What is something that helped you figure out how to play at the college level? Because everyone says high school to college is definitely a big jump. What was the moment for you to like, okay, I can play at this level and compete? You already got the competitive nature. You had that since you were in high school.
When I was going on visits and I was playing against the players at the school that I would go visit, it allowed me to see that, I could compete at that level.
Yeah.
And also in the summertime, I was playing against pros too. So playing against professionals and then playing against college players, it gives you a different type of confidence.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I went into college with that confidence that I can, play at the pro level.
How like all the like NBA guys come to LA now and like you do the Rico runs and stuff like that. Was it the same way back then?
Yeah, Rico been having it going for a minute. But also, like when we were in high school, we were able to play against each other.
Yeah.
Again, like California has had some of the best talent that we've seen. North Carolina is really good talent. DC, really good talent. Florida, Texas, New York has really good talents. But, we are extremely competitive and we're super jaded to each other a lot of the time. So being in that environment and always wanting to be the best or somebody else feeling like they're the best, it just pushed you to want more.
Yeah.
So self-motivation was something that we had.
It's really interesting to think about because I'm over here like, I feel like we the hoop state, but as far as like making each other better, they had the upper hand.
We would crack y'all.
Huh?
We would crack y'all.
Man.
Top to bottom.
No way. No.
Crack?
Yeah, we'll
that's
crack
wild.
y'all.
That's wild.
That's a bold,
not really.
bold statement.
I think my argument to this is California is big as hell.
We can go with the southern part of California.
Shit is still huge.
Whatever.
North Carolina is small, and we still got.
Y'all do though.
Like,
y'all
we still got a lot of talent that came out.
It's a lot of them.
I
just feel like we'll crack y'all.
I think it'd be a great game.
All right.
I think it'd be a great game.
It'd be a great game. It'd be a great game.
Cool.
The only thing I say is the preparation they had because they had California, like you said, I didn't play against pros like he did because we didn't have that access. We weren't as close and nobody's going to fucking North Carolina in the summer to work out and do shit like that. Like we didn't have that luxury.
It's too hot in the summertime there.
You said what?
The humidity in the summer.
Yeah.
Hot as fuck.
It's super hot.
Hot as hell in North Carolina this time, bro. Damn.
Man.
But nah, man, that's big time. Like, I think that's a big luxury to have to be involved and play against those type of guys to go into college, of course. And we've always talked about confidence is key to all this shit.
For sure.
And for you, if you going into college with that confidence, you just hitting the ball rolling, like at that point. So that's big time. What was the game that you went off in, your first game at UCLA?
The first game?
No, not your very first game.
The first game I went off, I think it was against USC. I think I had like quick early 12. I think I finished the game with like 24. But like early in the game, I hit like big shots to get the crowd going.
Yeah.
And it was at USC. We ended up losing, but
it don't matter. I went off.
Nah, not even, because I like to win more than I like to like.
I like that.
Crack.
I like that.
But it was a good feeling to hit shots against your rival.
Yeah.
In LA, where you grew up, where you from.
Everybody there.
Everybody's there. Everybody's gonna hear about it.
Yeah.
So.
What's the furthest you went in the tournament?
What? What's that? We didn't make it to the tournament that year.
Made it to the tournament?
No. I only went to school 1 year.
Y'all didn't make it.
We didn't make it.
Wasn't close?
Nah. If we would have won the Pac-10 tournament, we would have got in, but we lost to Washington. Washington was good, really good. They had Brandon Roy, Will Conroy, Nate Robinson, Trey Murder over there, Trey Simmons. They had Mike Jensen. They had a really good team.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Brandon Roy was
the Pac-10 was nice back then.
Pac-10 was like that.
Like, it was up there with the ACC, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would say that ACC has always been like the standard.
For sure. I think y'all, as far as like, I think y'all have more like hoopers though. As far as like, ACC had hoopers. I think they had better teams, in my opinion. Like they had better coaches.
Arizona was always
stacked.
Yeah, stacked. Always. UCLA, USC. Oregon was always.
Washington, nice as
Washington.
Yeah.
Washington was good during that time.
Yeah. So you get done with your freshman year. You knew you was leaving?
I thought I was going to test the waters at first. I just wanted to go, see where I measured up. that's what I was thinking.
And
then myself and my family, my mom, my brother, we decided that it was best for me to continue on and to, pursue my dream. My coach didn't think it was
right.
Man, he didn't really want me to even go try, to go even see what's up. And we just disagreed at that point. And instead of transferring and having to sit out and all that, I just decided to
go pro.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Test my luck, bet on myself.
Yeah, worked out.
Worked out.
What was that draft process like? How many workouts you do?
Man, I worked out every day, but for teams, I did 17 workouts. Yeah, I was going everywhere.
Jeez.
Yeah, 30. Yeah. 30. Wasn't dodging no smoke.
Shit, I did.
I didn't dodge nobody.
I did 8. I think I did 17 to 18.
Yeah, I seen all the killers.
Damn.
Yep, everybody.
Got to see it.
You ain't had no time off.
I didn't need it. Yeah. Trying to get somewhere, man. I got shit to do, bro.
I got somewhere I got to be.
Yeah.
Yo. What was draft night like for you?
Draft night? It was cool. I was at home with my family, a couple of my close friends. So I'm just sitting there just watching the two, watching everybody get called before me. Just chilling, patiently waiting.
Uh-huh.
Eating some food that my mom cooked.
Yeah. Then you go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
You go to the Mecca.
Yeah, I'm going to New York.
How was that? What was that feeling like? Because that's just not a normal team.
It's not. It was dope because when I got drafted there, I ended up having to go there for minicamp. Mm-hmm. And the first person I meet when I go there is Stephon Marbury, who just got traded back there the season or half the season before. Mm-hmm. And, he just telling me how excited he is that I'm going to be there, how I can make this team by playing college-style defense to help, what they already have.
Yeah. And
just continue to be athletic and play hard. So just him alone telling me these things gave me confidence to just continue to be who I was, try to continue to do my part to make the team for one, but when I did make the team, help the team.
Mm-hmm. That's big time. I mean, just to have that veteran presence to be right there with you and understand where you're trying to get to.
Yeah. And the kids, the younger generation, they don't know that was like Starberry.
Yeah. I had some Starberries.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Mama was buying them $15 shoes.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah, so hearing that from him, that's like Jason Tatum or Bron or AD or Kevin Durant telling you.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
It's crazy because what was that? It was Lil Chris when we was watching the Knicks game, and I think Marbury and somebody else was damn near on the court. See the court side, they was on the court. Yeah, and Lil Chris was like, was Stephon Marbury even good? It's whoa, what?
Wait a minute. Cold. Shut down a whole store with them $15 shoes. Boy, I had every colorway you could have, boy. I'm telling you, I had the orange, blue, going crazy.
For real. I ended up getting some slack for that because there was a point in time where I was like a free agent with my shoes, and I was in Orlando, and Steph sent me some, and I put them on. The coaches.
Hey, listen, they wasn't the best shoe.
No, the coach was like, "You playing in those? Nah, you're not playing in that." So he was serving me, but still, it was crazy. The fact that he even commented on my kick.
That's crazy. The coach was like, nah, you're not playing.
He didn't want to put me in the game because I had on
my Starberries.
That's crazy.
Coach, stop worried about my fucking feet. Can I help us win?
Right.
All right, let's fucking go.
That's why we got swept, bro.
Hey, worry about the rolling damn thing.
Exactly. Shit, you worried about fucking shoes. We out here trying to win a fucking basketball game. Right. What was how many teams you played for?
How many teams did I play for or did I get traded to? It's a different question.
All right, go through it all then.
Remember, I got traded 4 times, in 2 days. So I don't. You can't really count that.
Yeah, you can't.
No, you can't count.
No.
Don't count that. But tell us what happened in 4 fucking days. God damn. Just talking about that time period.
Again, I'm at the end of my career.
Yeah.
Where a lot of teams were trading to make money work. I guess a lot of the places didn't make sense for me to go.
Yeah.
At this point in my career, I'm not just going to go. To me, I just can't just do anything.
You had earned that.
Right. And be good. So teams work with me. I'm very thankful for that. They was working with me and not wanting me to come do whatever it is they needed me to do or whatever, or report. So they allowed me to continue to stay in shape, work on my game until they found a place for me that was suitable for the both of us. So with that being said, usually teams and organizations don't do things like that. So I appreciate them. They showed me a lot of respect. For sure. I respect that.
For sure. Let's go ahead and get into what people want to know, because I want to know my damn self.
Yeah.
Your championship year, La La Land. Talk about the determination. Talk about the team makeup y'all had the year y'all won a championship.
And
what made it so special?
Every single piece just fit together perfectly on and off the court. I think nowadays with analytics or like who does what so well, we don't put as much value as how well the people get along together as people first. We don't put enough value on that. It only like heightens how good you can do on the court.
1000%.
Because when you think about like playing with somebody you don't know, are you really gonna tell them like, bruh, like you gotta look at this situation the way you would tell him if you like just had dinner with him or you went to the movies with him? It's gonna be you're gonna hear it different. So that's what we had in LA, which made us good. Also, we had fucking superpowers. We had the best player to ever play.
Never played a game.
We had Pau Gasol. We had Lamar Odom. Bynum. We had a bunch of really good players. We had Luke Walton, very smart, Jordan Farmar. We had a lot of really good players on that team, smart basketball players too, and it just worked.
Talk about how just having the key word you said there was just smart basketball players. Y'all just knew how to play the game the right way. And y'all were just focused on winning.
Yeah, no, definitely winning. We had a system that we played out of, and we stuck to the system to a T. We understood certain things, certain wrinkles, or just... So you know how Denver, they just play off each other?
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing with the triangle. Yeah. You know your space, like movements. If a player does something, it just worked together. And the fact that the players were smart and they were stars in their role, everybody common goal was to win, and that's what only thing that mattered. We know Bean was going to shoot the ball however many times he was going to shoot it.
Yeah.
We knew we had to get Powell the ball. In his sweet spots. We knew we had to let LO do his thing. We knew Fish was going to hit big shots. We knew my role was to come in and play and bring us energy and hit open shots when I get the rock. So we all knew our roles, and being or competing in your role against your teammate, it's a different type of game within the game.
For sure. It felt like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, it didn't feel like there was too many egos on y'all team.
No, we definitely had egos.
It was more, y'all had egos, but it's more of like everyone bought into like who they were on that team because they saw it was working. Well,
absolutely.
If it's working, you definitely gonna buy more into
it. That was just the synergy of the team, and we had a really good coaching staff. We had a really, really, really good coaching staff with players and coaches that people respect. Their philosophy works, and we had the best, guy who put in the best system in Tex Winners. They're one of the best people to mesh different personality together in Phil Jackson. B. Shaw was there. We had a lot of really good coaches that knew what they were talking about, and don't give a f who the person is. They're talking to. They're going to tell them the truth. And,
for sure.
A lot of times we don't really have that in our game.
How long did it take for all that to come together? Like the team chemistry, all that.
It took a Pau Gasol trade. Once Pau got there, it seems like the Lakers just hit a stride and they just didn't look back. During that time, it was crazy. And all the other pieces just knew the system so well.
Right.
It was easy to, like, Powell was like plug and play for real with Bean.
Is a triangle that difficult?
The terminology is more difficult than the understanding.
Got you.
Yeah, once you understand, like, what's what, everything else, it kind of just, it's a domino effect. Because once you figure out things that the other player's doing, then you react off of what they do. So it's similar to what Denver does with Jokic, you know, how he's a really good passer, he makes really good plays, he can read the court. That's a design. So they have like a format similar to soccer. Like you have a format, you just kind of just
something happens that triggers something else.
Exactly.
Yep. Got you. That makes sense. That's dope. Talk about Kobe for a minute. Just talk about how do you say it? The fucking will and the want to just be great every single day. Because this is hard, bro.
Yeah, no, it is hard. But what I could say, for real, you have to be a different type of like off to like understand like his drive and his want to be great like that.
Yeah.
You got to kind of have the same type of off. Maybe not to like, you know, not same talent, but the same type of off to understand it.
That makes a lot of sense.
We had D-Lo on here. He talked about just like the different type. He had him in the later stages of his career. So it was kind of different. He kind of turned it off to an extent. But
did he though?
I don't think he turned it off.
I don't think he did.
I just think he sees, again, like I said, to understand him, you got to be a different type of off. And those things, like common people mesh with common people. So if he didn't have a lot of friends or if he didn't, you know, with a lot of people, there's probably a reason for that.
No, facts.
Was it, when he spoke, would it be like, I would say, is it more of like he's coming at you in a way like, do it this way or my way or the highway, or is it what?
Nah, he was more so of like, this is what worked for me. This is what I believe could work for our team. And this is like kind of like what your skill set looks like. See about this, but do your own flair.
Got you.
You know?
That's dope.
Yeah, he wasn't like, oh, this is how, no.
Yeah.
It's really just, and I don't even think like, he's not a micromanager for real. He just paid attention to work ethic and who you are.
That was huge for him.
Yeah. So me, as you know, I'm going to be in the gym early. I'm going to be in the gym late. When I land somewhere, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do things to make sure that I'm prepared. So it ain't no doubt. And that's kind of the way he did it. You know, he bust his ass like every day. I remember this one time we was somewhere and we, you know, probably went to the movies or some, you know, a little fellowship. But it was late. And he texted me early in the morning. It was like maybe like 3:45, 3:50 or something. He was like, hey, yo, meet me downstairs in like 10 minutes. He don't know if I'm up. He don't know if I'm deep in the sleep, but I was up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. We go down to the weight room. He's like, you know, let's get this work in. We gonna lift these weights. Then we're going to go to shoot around when it's time for shoot around. We're supposed to have the day off, by the way.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a back-to-back. So no shoot around.
No shoot around.
We get done lifting weights. We get the team text, all right, the bus is at such and such. So while I'm like, man, I just, you know, lifted these weights. Now I got to go to shoot around and shoot around. And you just going to sit on the sideline now and tell everybody what the to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he admired that though.
Yeah,
and he seen I was willing to fuck with it. So he fucked with me like that.
Speaking of that, like you played with Cole, but you also played with Chris.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like both of them on the court got the same kind of off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So talk about how playing with two great people that have like an amazing work ethic that has impacted the game, like how has that rubbed off on you and your career and stuff like that?
Right. Well, it's for me and Chris, it's a different type of like understanding. because we're peers. You know what I mean? Like Kobe and I were teammates, but he was more so like a bigger brother to me.
Yeah.
Like CP is like a brother to
Our brother,
me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like my dog.
We all family.
Yeah. So it's a different type of push. It's like he is who he is, right? And my job for me, I gotta be who I am, right? So like me seeing the things that he does, and he was huge in like watching film after the game. So just getting with him and trying to get on that level with that was something that I picked up from CP, because that broke the game down in a completely different way. When after the game, we on the plane, we all, headphones on, doing our own thing. He on here like, hey, yo, Trev, come here. Look, this is what it looks like in my mind when you come off this curl, or when that guy is slicing through the lane. I'm gonna need you to check him right there just for a second till I get back. Things like that you wouldn't even think would be big things are huge things. You know what I mean? And that's one thing CP did, that one thing that he taught me in the game.
For sure. Before we get to your time in Houston, I want to talk about you winning a championship. How was that? What was that feeling like for you?
To do what?
Win a championship for the Lakers.
LA?
Yeah. That's just a different level right there.
Yeah, man. It was weird because it didn't really hit me. Again, when you're going through situations, for me, I try to like be in the moment. So me thinking about, we won the world championship. We won. No, it wasn't that. It was, all right, what's next? That was fun. That was cool. Oh, yeah, everybody's noticing me a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, okay, what's next? Next for me, I got to get on the plane. And I got to go and take my ass to Houston and figure out a new place. So that's what I was thinking about during that time.
It's a great perspective, because like me, shit, I would have been out there motherfucker hype as hell.
No, for real. No, seriously though, the moments was cool. Like the parade was, oh my God. That was, looking back and thinking back, that was probably one of the best moments outside of my children being born. Just being at the Coliseum and hearing like 90,000 like screaming on there. So I kind of understand how Reggie Bush felt like when he played.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's big time, bro. To win a championship for the Los Angeles Lakers, that's
like
the
you win and then you go to New Orleans.
Houston.
No, then you go to Houston.
Yeah, I went to Houston for a year. Then I went to New Orleans.
Then you go to New Orleans.
Talk about you going to Houston. You with James?
No, that was the second time.
You went to Houston with who the first time?
T-Mac was there, but he was hurt. Yao was there, but he was hurt. Aaron Brooks was a player.
Talk about a fucking name. Aaron Brooks was a monster.
Oregon.
Aaron Brooks was killer. Kyle Lowry was there.
Yes.
Real young. Kyle, very smart. Kevin Martin was there when I was there.
Oh,
Chuck Hayes was there.
You didn't get no shots.
Carl Lowry with Aaron shot the ball the majority of the time.
Aaron got his shots up.
I mean, he got him up, but Aaron had this one like layup with like a bowling ball shot.
No, he still did it because I was with Aaron when I was with the Knicks.
Yeah.
He was my coach. He like flips, bro. The ball's like here, and he just like flips and he puts spin on it.
He used to do that shit in the game.
That shit's crazy.
And it used to go in.
What the fuck?
Right.
Bro, it was the weirdest shit I ever seen.
So, like, not to even bring this up, but that's how Greg Oden got hurt in the game. Aaron
Trying
Brooks,
to block it.
Trying to block Aaron Brooks bowling ball shot.
I would have hurt that. I would have hurt myself too trying to block that shit.
Non-contact, his shit just came out. It's right there.
Oh, I gotta go look at this.
Yeah,
No,
that's
for
play the
real.
clip, home. Actually, don't play that clip.
Yeah,
Don't play
it was
clip.
nasty,
Don't play
bro.
that shit.
That was crazy. That's how, like, his shit was just, like, really legit like that. Like, he had a lot of the trick shots that Kyrie be shooting and all that.
Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks had that,
He'd
too.
be doing all that shit, bro.
That's crazy.
People don't even know that.
Yeah.
So you went to New Orleans after that year in Houston.
Yeah.
And then how long you were in New Orleans?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Talk about that. Because you remember that in New Orleans? That was like 2008.
That was a crazy time in the league, period.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. The team was being sold.
Yep.
That whoever was the owner of the team lost the team.
Mm-hmm.
So the NBA on the team one of those years.
George Hen
was the guy prior to. Yeah. And then David Stern was like the acting owner at the time when Chris wanted to, move on in his career. So it was during that time. But that first year, we was cracking. We was pretty good.
That's when the crazy series with the Lakers, right?
Yeah. That was that series. That was the CP and Tony Parker went at it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good series. D. West killed and then he got hurt in the playoffs that year.
What made that team so good and so special? Because, New Orleans wasn't supposed to be who they was, and then y'all Chris come.
I'll probably make it further. D. West don't get hurt, though.
True.
Yeah.
I think Monty Williams coming to that team helped us because, his first year, fresh energy, knew everything. It kind of gave the team a different feel. Obviously, D. West and Chris, they already had their synergy already.
Yep.
So we knew that was going to work. Who was there? Mecca was
Okafor.
Yeah, huge as far as controlling the paint, rebounding and all.
Yep.
You insert myself there, me doing what I do. I was pretty good.
Was J-Jack there too?
J-Jack?
Yeah.
J-Jack came the next year.
The next year.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we had a real solid team at that point. Could do a little bit of everything, play inside, outside, shoot. Obviously with Chris, we had an unbelievable game manager.
That's when Chris was dunking shit.
Yeah.
What the
fucking dunk the ball.
I'm like, what are you doing? You are dunking this shit. Come on, man. Get the hell out of here.
Nah, but it's crazy. It's just like he knew, talking about CP, he kind of knew the game 3 plays before the game was going on. And that's the hardest thing to do. Like be able to set up plays, 3 plays prior to. He was real good at doing shit like that. Like we'll run a play, knowing in a couple plays the option that we're looking for will be on the block with D. West. But he'll set it up to where the defense is thinking about something else.
Yeah.
And then misdirection. Here we go, D. West. Work out on the elbow, 17 feet. That's
cash.
Yeah,
that's just crazy because this generation of basketball, these young kids, we always say they don't know basketball really. They just talented as hell.
Super talented.
Talented as hell, but don't really know the X's and O's, the games and stuff like that. But hearing you say that makes a lot of sense to why the older generation plays for so long. You know what I mean?
The IQ.
The IQ is next level.
IQ and fundamentals, bro.
Yep.
When your fundamentals is on point, as your athleticism dwindles down, you still will be able to compete because you have the basics that's necessary.
Listen, my saying is, I know how people don't really like it. I say smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to work as hard to get to your spot if you just know how to get there efficiently.
Not bad.
And that's the biggest thing that I say nowadays, kids like to do all the dribble moves and all that shit, but just get there efficiently and just rise up, or get there efficiently and get into somebody's body and get an easy shot or some shit.
Efficient is definitely better than pretty.
For sure. For sure. I want to ask you about your time in Houston now, because playing with James Harden and Chris Paul, you got 2 of the best playmaker game managers in the game at the time. Shit, still to this day, they still do it at a high level. What, I would say, you answer this question. Chris don't get hurt, y'all win that series easy.
For sure.
Not easy, but y'all win it for sure.
I mean, yeah. We was gonna win. I'm confident that we was gonna win if CP was healthy.
The back and forth between Golden State and Houston back then was elite basketball.
I felt like the way y'all played, you just played just to compete with the Warriors.
We mirrored their style of play. They were built similar to how we were built. They just had more ism, apparently, than we had all those years that we were there.
Yeah. Best scorer you play with, James?
For sure. James, he figured out how to score the basketball. Yeah.
That run he went on was I ain't
Crazy.
seen shit. That's fucking nuts.
He got it. He had it.
That year was crazy.
Bro, what
the shit he was doing was just, it was crazy. Just being on the court, sometimes you kind of like fall asleep just watching, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah.
He really did that?
But it was crazy because you could see it when y'all like I would watch a couple games. I went to a couple games and we're all just watching him destroy everyone. And you get kind of like mesmerized, like, what the? There's literally nothing. Bro, they start guarding the motherfucker from behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of fucking defense is that?
Yeah, you couldn't do nothing.
Like, how's that a game plan?
You can't do, you couldn't, it's kind of like Luka right now. Like, what really can you do with him right now?
Nothing. You got to just hope they miss.
You got to make, like.
You really just got to hope they miss because he makes like the right read. Yeah.
Got to walk like this the whole time.
Literally.
What is, who, face of the league? Who going to be the face of the league?
What you mean?
When Bron's done, who's going to be the face of the league?
There's a few guys.
Give me your top three. I'll give you three. I feel like that's too easy.
Yeah, I mean, 3 is easy. I think it's a group of them. I think obviously Jokic, Luka, Anthony Edwards, Tatum. And real shit, I like Ja, bro. Like, I believe Ja should be still one of the guys.
You think Ant can be the face of the league?
Absolutely.
Oh, you said Ant.
Yeah.
Ant right there, bro.
Ant is. Nah, Ant's cold.
You think the face of the league, whoever win this finals?
I mean, that's the new group. There's a group of them. They're all bringing different type of demographics, so that's the tough part because what is what does the NBA want? Who cares like what they want?
Yeah.
That's facts.
These are the people that are the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to me, and I mean this with respect, figure out how to make it work with those guys.
I agree 100%.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be just one.
Nah.
It really don't need to be just one. Nah. We have the luxury of having.
Plus, you still got Giannis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giannis is still.
Embiid,
yeah.
Yeah, you still got hella killers.
Yeah.
So the league is definitely in a great place.
For sure.
You got Wemby.
Oh, shit, yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So you got dudes.
Yeah.
You still got Book. You know what I mean? We ain't even talked about Book yet.
Yep.
KD still, doing this thing.
The league is in a great place.
It is in a great place.
It's in a great place.
Well, shit, you play football. What you ask me a question?
So the question that's been going around, do you think NBA guys can play the NFL and vice versa?
Yeah.
Who would have an easier transition?
Who would have it easier? Which sport you think?
I think basketball players converting to football would be easier because even though like the football players are super athletic, you still got to be able to you have to work on dribbling. Like you can't just go from fucking running a route to going between your legs at a high level with somebody with a 7'3" wingspan standing in front of you.
All at the same
time.
Let
me see.
Yeah, I need that.
Right.
No,
but like somebody who's physically able to go out there and run a route, they have a chance to catch the ball.
That is true. Like basketball, it takes more coordination and shit. So that makes sense.
But it ain't no discredit to their craft because still they got to go do that and have somebody running at them, fucking top speed,
100%,
at 235.
I'm gonna tell you who not doing that.
Me,
bro. I am not doing that shit.
The deep route, just send me on the deep route.
I'm on straight go routes and fade routes.
Yeah,
don't send me in the middle.
You call a slant, time out. I'm
cool.
Yeah, I'm cool with all that.
TA, before we get out of here though, let's talk about your Son Tajh, top recruit right now in the nation, NBA champion and things of that nature. I know you're a proud father. and stuff like that. But how do you
Proud that, man.
make sure that Tajh continues to stay humble? Don't let the ratings get to his head and stuff like that.
Yeah. Besides the fact that he's a humble kid himself, and he loves doing the work himself, just continuing to let him understand that why he's getting the recognition that he's getting and what is helping him or what's working for him. And what has been working for him is the work that he's putting in. So if he pays more attention to the work that he's putting in into his craft, the things or the noise that people say, it'll always only just be that. And you just hope that, the things that people say are positive about you.
Yeah.
Because negativity is going to come with it too. Mm-hmm. You got to be ready for that shit. So only taking a little bit and not hearing too much of what everybody else got to say about you is, is more important than what they do have to say about you. So just focus on the work.
Not facts.
That's big time. That's big time. I mean, especially if you're good. If you're good,
think about it.
Nobody talking about you, you ain't doing something right.
Nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kids are sometimes more relatable or popular to their peers than some of these NBA players, right? Mm-hmm. Or college players. So the influence that they have is big. And also like the fact that everybody has a voice, everybody could say something to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at 16, can you really, really, really handle telling you that you're sorry and he goes to school right across the street and a bunch of people telling you that? Can you deal with that mentally?
Yeah.
So that's why I try to make sure that he don't care about what Twitter or Instagram or even what people that have an opinion say about him as far as who he is as a basketball player. Just fucking work. Put your head down, get on this beach, get in these gloves, get on this court, get in this weight room.
Yep.
Everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, y'all beach workouts would be looking crazy.
We be out there.
I know.
Early in the morning.
I know when I wake up and I go to Instagram, I look at my story, I see TA. They at the beach.
We at the beach.
Grinding.
Getting it in.
Hey, I like it. Nah, man, TA, I appreciate you getting on, man. It's been an unbelievable podcast. We got a champion on here, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We got an NBA champion. Man. We getting bigger and better. That's all we been telling people. But that's another episode of Rain Race. We appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
Much success to you and your son. And once again, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Another episode. Peace.
TA, appreciate you.
Hold up. Appreciate for you, my dog.
Appreciate you, bro.
Peace. Yeah.